Hello and welcome to a brand new episode of Autocar India Quick News, your weekly update on all the big launches, all the hot scoops, and all the news from the world of automobiles. But before we begin, don't forget to hit the subscribe button and the bell icon to stay updated on all our latest videos. Let's start off with the big news this week. It's the 2021 Union Budget, and here are all the factors that will affect the auto industry. The 2021 Union Budget finally formally announced a voluntary scrappage scheme for India. Under this scheme, owners of private vehicles that are older than 20 years and commercial vehicles older than 15 will have the option to scrap their older vehicles to get an incentive towards buying a new one. In case the owner wants to keep using the older vehicle, it will have to go through an automated test center, and the rates for renewing registration will be considerably higher than what they are now. The government also announced new road networks for Tamil Nadu, Assam, West Bengal and Kerala. And finally, custom duties on selective auto components will now be raised to 15% to bring it up to par with the rest of the auto component taxes. Let's move on to the launches now, and first up, Mahindra has launched the petrol AMT version of the XUV300 SUV. Mahindra launched the AMT petrol version of the XUV300 in India in two variants. The W6 is priced at 9,95,000 rupees, while the W8 optional is priced at 11,77,000 rupees ex-showroom India. The AMT is a 6-speed unit mated to a 1.2-litre 3-cylinder turbo petrol engine that makes 110 horsepower and 200 Nm of torque. It also now gets connected car features, allowing users to have real-time tracking, remote access to features like lock and unlock, lights, etc., along with geofencing and remote fuel and tire pressure monitoring. Check out our review of the XUV300 petrol AMT on our website and on our YouTube channel. Maserati has launched the updated 2021 Ghibli in India. Let's have a look at what the engine options are and what the variants will be. Maserati has launched the updated Ghibli in India. It is now available in 3 powertrain options. The entry-level hybrid gets the 4-cylinder powertrain that makes 330 horsepower and 450 Nm of torque. It is also Maserati's first hybrid on offer and will be offered in India in 3 trim levels. The mid-level S variant gets a 3-litre V6 that makes 430 horsepower and 580 Nm of torque. The S will be available in 2 trim levels. The top-spec Trofeo, though, is the first Ghibli to ever get a V8 engine, and that makes a whopping 580 horsepower and 730 Nm of torque. Prices start at 1,15 lakh rupees for the entry-level hybrid and go up to 1,93 lakh rupees for the fire-breathing Trofeo. Now, one of the most talked about cars in the last couple of weeks has undoubtedly been the new Tata Safari, and now we know exactly what date Tata will launch it in India. Tata has announced that it will launch the new Safari on February 22, 2021. The SUV, which is essentially a 7-seat version of the Harrier, is powered by a 2-litre diesel making 170 horsepower and 350 Nm of torque with either a manual or an automatic. Check out our full review on our YouTube channel to get all the details you need. Tata has also announced a special run of cars called the Founder Edition in honor of its 75th anniversary. These special editions will be available exclusively to employees of the Tata Group and will feature special bits like a blue background on the logos and a special chrome plaque with JRD Tata's signature on the fender, tailgate and dashboard. Mahindra has issued a recall of the new Thar. Let's have a look at which engines and which variants get affected. According to Mahindra, 1,577 units of the Thar diesel built between September 7 and December 25, 2020 have now been recalled. The key reason for a recall is due to a machine setting error at the camshaft supplier's plant, which could have affected some engines on the diesel Thar. The petrol Thar, however, remains completely unaffected by this recall. Citroen has finally showcased the India spec of the upcoming C5 Aircross SUV. Let's take a closer look. The new Citroen C5 Aircross will be launched in India in March and will be priced at around the 30 lakh rupee range. The SUV will be powered by a 2-litre diesel that makes 177 horsepower and 400 Nm of torque, mated exclusively to an 8-speed gearbox. The C5's prime objective will be to offer customers the most comfortable SUV in its class. Fuel economy for the C5 Aircross is rated at 18.6 km per litre. Citroen will launch 10 dealerships across India called La Maison Citroen, and the automaker will offer a 3-year or 1 lakh km warranty with roadside assistance to all its customers. Now here's one sports bike that a lot of enthusiasts around the world have been eagerly waiting for years now. It's the third generation Suzuki Hayabusa. Suzuki calls the new Hayabusa its quickest ever. While the 1340cc 4-cylinder engine has stayed the same in terms of size, power is actually strangely lower than before at 190 horsepower, while torque is rated at 150 Newton meters. Apart from the iconic Hayabusa silhouette, the new bike carries on the same frame as before and an identical wheelbase. The bike now also conforms to the new Euro 5 emission norms. It also gets a ton more tech than before, like 10 levels of traction control, 10 levels of anti-wheelie control, 3 levels of engine brake control, 3 power modes, launch control, cruise control, cornering ABS and hill holds control. Strangely though, the console has remained largely analog, although there is a separate TFT screen for navigation and other options. TVS has rolled out its start-stop technology on its scooters. Let's take a closer look. The TVS Motor Company has introduced its start-stop technology called TVS Intelligo, with the first vehicle to feature it being the Jupiter. Despite the addition of the new technology, the ZS Disc variant has not offered a noticeable price hike and is now priced at Rs 72,347 ex-showroom. The start-stop system is similar to what we've seen on Honda and Hero bikes. And that's all the time we have for you this week. As always, do remember, leave your opinions in the comment section below. Thank you so much for watching, and we will see you next week.